So my idea here is to level up around the edge of the sidewalk, and with the walkout basement it's kind of hard to do, so what I'm going to do is put some rocks coming off the sidewalk next to the pavers that you see. The pavers will come up and they're going to get raised up a good bit, but it's going to be a gentle slope where the pavers are, but over to the left of the pavers it's going to be a rock that comes out away from the concrete, and then below these jazz hand lower pedalums we're going to scrape off a place flat and put some rocks there, and then we're going to backfill, probably have to dig up the lower pedalums and get those raised up. I just somewhat leveled the rock up, and then I shimmed it up with another rock that I had here, and hopefully the majority of that will be underground. Ideally we're going to bring dirt in, and it's going to be up about this level or so, coming all the way around the front of this rock. But it's pretty steady where it sits. That should work pretty good. kind of fond of this rock. It's been by the dog kennel, and we've had this little succulent planted in it for about 5 years. We hardly ever even water it, and it just hangs out there. So what we're going to do is backfill these with dirt to where they're pretty well level with the back of these, and I'm going to get rid of this slope. So these jazz hands are going to come up. We're going to regrade that area and put them back in the ground. This is our final product. I think it turned out pretty good. What we did was put it up level with the concrete on top, and it's got a little bit of a slight slope down to the top of the rocks, but it's pretty level in there. And I kind of wish I'd gotten some video on that. That was all done with the Ventrac power rake, and that's probably about 8 feet across where those jazz hands sit, and the Ventrac just did a wonderful job in there. Very little handwork was done, mostly done with the power rake. So those jazz hands did come up. We brought them up maybe about 8 or 10 inches, and you can tell they were pruned pretty heavy. That will help get the roots developed a little bit. Don't have as much top growth to support during the summertime, and we will probably be watering those every day for at least a little while to get them really established and get them through this summer heat that we're having. So the reason that we did this project up top of the hill was mainly because of all the runoff that we got off the concrete during heavy rainstorms, and we couldn't get the mulch or anything to hold in this area. So this is how we're going to alleviate it, try to level it up a little bit and slow that water down. All these rocks came out of a rock outcrop off of the neighbor's property, and most of them are probably between 1,000 and 1,500 pounds. 1,500 pounds is about the max capacity of the tractor, and it did struggle with a couple of them, but we got them all over here. And then we just kind of feathered out this side towards the blueberry bushes. Didn't really want to dig those up, so we just kind of feathered it down to them, and just down here towards the garden as well. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. We're going to fill in some of these cracks in between the rocks with various plants. We're going to be putting a lot more landscaping in this area to try to really fill this bed out. Appreciate y'all watching. If you got any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll try to answer them.